Greetings, everyone. I just finished writing in my journal, one of several. I can't seem to keep the same one for some reason, and felt to share what I shared this morning. Intermittent fasting has become very popular in the last few days, and I think there's a reason for it. Especially here in the United States, we tend to overeat, eat the wrong things, eat at the uh, all times of the day. We have such an abundance, and we really aren't doing ourselves a favor. Now, keep in mind, while I'm sharing this, that we're all individual. So we don't all do the same thing dietarily, eating or not eating or whatever. And we do influence one another. I personally only want to influence people to better themselves while I'm doing the same for myself, which does not mean you have to do the same thing in the same way, have the same end time goal, or what have you. In recent years, I've really been drawn toward prana living, which is sometimes called breatharianism, where people live on little food and water. Now, this can take years to accomplish if one feels to do it, feels called to do it, wishes to do it. This is not for everyone. What I'm sharing today is just my very beginning steps toward this, which, as I said before, could take years. Just choosing to allow it to flow as it will. In the meantime, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling more energetic, etc. It's also more of an exercise of mind over matter, of quieting our minds. Our minds lie to us. We've been lied to. We've been told this food's bad, that food's bad, we need this, we need that, just all kinds of information that can become confusing. What I've recently learned to do is when I listen to someone is glean something that can be helpful to me, but not take everything that they say hook, line, and sinker, because we really have not been told the truth about what we were originally designed to eat and so forth. So anyway, having said that, I'm going to share what I've been doing these past 2 days. In the recent past, well, a little background, in the recent past, I've been practicing 12, 14, 16, 18 hours before I eat. And doing other things, trying all fruit, trying, this, that, and the other. And I use the word trying there. Trying, what you want to do, whatever you do, is do it, not just try. Anyhow, I've gone to these past 2 days, 23 hours without eating. Eating once a day a solid, mostly raw meal. it's not wrong to eat cooked food, and in saying this, I'm not saying it's wrong to eat cooked food. I just feel better, less energy taken with digestion by doing mostly raw. And during the day, I've been having green veggie mixed with fruit juices and carrot juice. So, day one, this was my experience. I went through periods of huge hunger when I would normally eat breakfast and lunch. I always, we've always been told you need a good solid breakfast. And I believe that came from when we had to get up early and milk cows, and we were out in the fields all day, and this and that. So we needed more nourishment for those activities, or more energy for those activities, I should say. So on this first day, I had had to go through those hunger periods. When I would normally eat, and then I had to keep bringing my mind away from food. I had periods of nausea also, and there are some who say if you're nauseous, you should eat immediately. I believe that's fear-based. However, I bought into that at one time when I was water fasting. I wanted to do it for 3 days, and I lasted a day and a half. And maybe then I needed to do that. All right, on day 2, which was actually easier, though I still had to shut my mind up when thoughts of doubt, you're too old to do this, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing, you're needlessly depriving yourself, etc., etc. And, our mind can really trick us, and sometimes it's our innate telling us. However, the biggest thing is learning to trust ourselves, and it hurts no one to go for short periods of time without food, even longer periods of time. We've just been so programmed that we have to eat. Even though we're more sedentary, we aren't as active as our relatives were. Yeah. So, where am I? Okay, so both day 1 and 2, by the time I got to 5 p.m. dinner time, I was no longer real hungry. I was able to eat. I was able to eat a bit larger plate of food, mostly because it was raw. So what I ate what I had, because I have some things I want to use up. I ate what we call high raw, which means mostly raw. And I had high fat meals both days with no stomach issues. I had been blaming my stomach issues on too much fat at one time, because my doctor had told me that the stomach pains I was having were likely gallbladder, and of course the gallbladder, you have to reduce your fat intake. But I've had no issue with that, and this is what I ate. Both day 1 and day 2, I had 1 whole small avocado. I had 3 green olives, 1 handful of, on day 1, walnuts, on day 2, pumpkin seed, 1/2 orange bell pepper each day. Day 1, I had 2 tablespoons of hummus. Day 2, I had 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, and both days I had 1 apple. This was very filling and satisfying for me. I remember years ago, I enjoyed for breakfast fruit plates. I'd sometimes have fruit and nuts and cheese. Now I've deleted the dairy. I'm a very big mucus maker, and I've had so much mucus in the past that it has irritated my throat and bothered my throat, so much mucus that I can no longer sing. Well, I can sing in the tub and sing a little, but that is clearing up. I'm so excited about that. And anyway, by doing this, sometimes you figure out what's bothering you as well. I believe wheat has been bothering me all these years. Wheat, corn in particular, and my stomach aches stopping the wheat. So, and this is just me. We're all different. I'm not saying everyone has to do that. Oh, and at the end of each meal, I do have some, I'm not taking supplements other than the juices and apple cider vinegar gummies and magnesium gummies. And I'm using those gummies up. I may not even need them. My bowel function has been pretty good. You know, as a kid, I was always constipated. I had a bunch of colonics. When I first moved to Houston, I met a fellow friend who was interested in healthful living and did colonics. So she gave me a series of 20 or so colonics, which helped, and then suggested I go on magnesium, which I have done since then. Most Americans are magnesium deficient, unless you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, plus juicing, etc. So that's my experience so far. Hope I didn't ramble too much. I meant to keep it more short and concise. Hopefully someone finds this helpful. I'm doing a variety of things so far on my YouTube channel. When I get my Zoom going, who knows, I'll probably have some of you on that would like to join me and share your experiences, whatever they might be. Doesn't have to be any particular thing. So having said that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. It really is helpful for the algorithms. I make it a practice to subscribe to all the channels I happen to watch throughout the day. I'm a huge believer in supporting one another. We're not alone here. We're here to help and support each other. So I'm here. Message me or place in the comment any thing you'd like to share with your experiences or questions, comments. Until next time, bye-bye.